Good evening. Welcome to Left, Right and Centre. On the show tonight, in the strictest terms possible, the Supreme Court makes it clear to the Punjab government the farm fires causing pollution across the region are not acceptable. The court tells the Chief Secretary, you are sitting in an ivory tower and are ruling the state. We will suspend officials from here. These are exact words used by one of the judges. Why are you Chief Secretary of Punjab? It is your failure. Now, the justices were equally scathing on the UP government, the Haryana government and the Delhi government. On the show tonight, will there finally be a solution to the burning of agricultural stubble in Punjab, something that's causing unbelievable harm to millions across large parts of India? Today, in case you were wondering and you live in the National Capital Region, why it all appeared to be relatively blue and clean? Well, there were favourable winds, nothing else. It's not an overnight victory of odd even. There are favourable winds which spared Delhi of the smog. So the question then is, where is this smog gone? Well, I'll tell you, it's not gone. It's actually moved to other parts of the country. It's extended across parts of peninsular India and out into the Bay of Bengal. It doesn't just disappear. It moves with the wind and it dissipates over a period of time. And until it dissipates, it causes a great deal of damage. That's going to be our first debate tonight. Also on the program tonight, later on, it's called the RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. It's led by Beijing. It's meant to be the largest trade bloc in the world. India, for its part, decided that the worries of cheap imports would hurt, among other sectors, our dairy and agriculture sector. We decided not to sign on. Now, this has been projected as a great victory in terms of protecting Indian industry. But was this necessarily the right thing to do? That's our second debate this evening. But let's give you a few more quotes to begin with in terms of what happened in the Supreme Court today. The court, when it came to the issue of air pollution, said this money, the money needed to clean up the mess, has to be given to farmers from the coffers of the state government at the moment. The Supreme Court therefore asked the states to release money immediately, while the final call on liability as to whether the centre or states should pay will be taken up at a later date. Let's bring you a few more important quotes. If stubble burning is the only solution, then no burning should take place. To punish the farmer is not the solution. To provide basic facilities is important, is what the two-judge bench actually had to say. They then, let's keep changing those. The centre said that they have 1 lakh crores in a green fund and that the court said that they are ready to order that this is actually used. So these were a couple of important points that actually came up in court today. But let's give you a more clear idea of just how scathing the Supreme Court was to the Punjab government, the Haryana government, the UP government and the Delhi government.
Here you see behind me that farmers are still out there in the field burning the stubble.
An on-the-ground status check by NDTV showed what satellites soon confirmed: rampant stubble burning across Punjab and Haryana, despite the Supreme Court's ban on Monday. Today, the Chief Secretaries of Punjab, Haryana and UP, the three main crop-burning states which causes the smog across the north, faced an angry bench of the Supreme Court. The court went easy on the farmers and said, "You want poor farmers to be punished? Is this the way Punjab, Haryana, UP acting?"
One by one, the court called each of the top IAS officers of the three main crop-burning states, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh.
Justice Mishra said, "Who is the Chief Secretary of Punjab? Come here." Then the court asked Punjab Chief Secretary, "What have you done? We will not spare you or any single officer of Haryana or Punjab. If you provide false details, we'll haul you up. Why are you in the chair? You have no policy. Time has come to take action." Then came Haryana Chief Secretary's turn for a grilling. The top court asked Haryana's Chief Secretary, "Why is burning taking place in 4 districts of Haryana? You have also failed. Should we repeat the same lecture we gave to Punjab?" Haryana's Chief Secretary said, "We are sensitizing the farmers, holding meeting with farmers." To which the top court said, then you are worse than Punjab. This is not the way. Why farmers are compelled to burn? Uttar Pradesh government said it had only one fire since Monday's ban, but that didn't assuage the court when it summoned the Chief Secretary in person, not his lawyer. UP's Chief Secretary said, "My name is Rajendra Kumar Tiwari," to which the top court bench said, "We are not interested in your name." UP Chief Secretary said, "CM is monitoring it." The Supreme Court said, "We are not bothered whether CM or PM," to which UP said, "We have had only one instance of burning." The Supreme Court asked UP's Chief Secretary what steps have been taken to stop and to prevent it, to which UP replied, "Ours is just 1% of the problem of Punjab's." The top court said, "Do not compare. Farmers are victims. If they burn, they are served with challans. If they do not, they lose the crop and the nation loses produce." Delhi too was hauled up over garbage burning and traffic congestion. The Supreme Court said, 13 hotspots have been identified. You haven't taken action in the last 7 days. You are playing with the lives of the people. There is corruption in the corporations. This is capital city. Why is it happening? The Delhi Chief Secretary said, "We will do it in 7 days. We will hold officials responsible. We will deploy environment marshals at hotspots." Supreme Court said, "We want clean Delhi. It is worse than Faridabad."
On the scale of the problem, ordering machinery payment, but time is running out, just about 7 days. The two judges said after their retirement they would be moving out of Delhi, but whereas the advocates who are arguing the case will have to live in Delhi.
All right, so the Supreme Court absolutely scathing. 1 week time which has been given to actually stop these farm fires. Is that something which can realistically be achieved? Will governments get serious? Joining us to look at that, Raj Nirbhik, the BJP leader from Haryana, with us. I'm also joined on the phone line by Atul Nanda, the Advocate General of the Punjab government. Vimlendu Jha, the founder of Swechha India, with me, leading environmentalist. Bhaskar Ghosh of the BJP. Raghav Chadda of the Aam Aadmi Party. Preeta Harit, who contested the Lok Sabha elections for the Congress party, joins us as well. She was an IRS officer till recently. Vimlendu, let me come to you first. 1 week. This is an order of the Supreme Court. It has to be followed. I think the threats made by the Supreme Court today, the two-judge bench, were the sternest we've seen perhaps in any case in recent times.
Correct.
Do you believe that finally these farm fires will end now, within the next few days, whatever is there? Because there's a lot of fires which haven't started, right?
Absolutely. So
and we predict, there is a prediction of another event if these fires start.
Absolutely. So right now, of course, the fact that Supreme Court has intervened, stubble burning has only begun. There's going to be another phase of it. Right now, it seems that if the government wants, if respective state governments want, if they really work with the farmers and really take Supreme Court's judgment and observation seriously, ideally it should be controlled, because the Supreme Court has said, and the centre today finally has actually spoken up, and suddenly we've actually found 1 lakh crores of green fund to be actually distributed to the farmers. So it's interesting that...
So how have we discovered this now?
It
because it was
was
announced
there
a few years back.
Absolutely.
But was it not true that this fund was used also partially?
By GST and many other things.
Right.
Imagine...
So how much is left?
That's what we're saying, that imagine today what happened in the Supreme Court is very interesting. That for years together, all these respective states, be it Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, or the central government, all of these years, and also till like day before yesterday, some of the people were there.
They withdrew from this fund?
Sorry?
They withdrew from
They
this
withdrew
fund?
and used it for something else. In fact, there's a lot of money that is actually there in respective state funds also. Like Delhi has Green Cess
So
Fund,
it's
which is
not a fund
underutilized.
issue?
Exactly. It was never a fund issue. It was a lack of political will. Imagine today
Raghav,
when the
just
Supreme
off the
Court...
top of your head, are you aware of how much funds that the Delhi government can access as far as environment is concerned?
Look,
is there an amount which comes from the centre?
Well, if my memory serves, so first of all, nothing comes from the centre. There is absolutely nothing, unlike other states, unlike full states.
Is that because you're a union territory?
We are
so
a UT.
different ground.
We are
Okay.
a UT and we are not recognized as a state as per the Finance Commission.
Right.
And therefore, unlike other governments that get about 41, 42% of the central share, their shares in central taxes, we get a constant amount of 325 crores per annum since 1999 and nothing else. But we're a surplus government. We are not in debt.
Right.
And we have money and we're willing to spend that money. on causes.
So we'll talk about what more you can do.
Delhi government also has green cess, which is unspent.
No,
80%
it is not
of the money is unspent.
May I now respond?
How big is the green cess?
It's about 1,300 odd crores, out of which 900 crores has been utilized to buy electric buses. The balance is pending, which is now being utilized for giving subsidies to get e-rickshaws. It is not that it is being it is underutilized or hasn't been utilized. Green cess was levied only 1.5 years ago, and therefore the kitty that we have accumulated is being deployed.
Okay, Preeta, let me come to you next. The Supreme Court essentially said that the Punjab government has done nothing. It's been essentially useless. You are sitting in an ivory tower and ruling the state, is what the Chief Secretary was told. The Punjab government has always said the centre needs to do more, the Delhi government needs to do more. But with orders like this, with remarks like this, isn't it incumbent now on the ruling government to do more?
I think that it is on the part of both the governments to take action. And once they notice that Parali is being burned, it is the duty of the state government also to take action, and the central government, of course, the laws should have been there from the earlier times also to do this.
No, but what the court has said is that the funds have to right now come from the state, and later if there is some money matter which needs to be addressed, the court will look at it separately. So in the next 7 days, can you as a member of the ruling party in Punjab actually give an assurance to people all over India to say that we will follow the order very clearly?
Of course, orders have to be followed.
Right. So therefore, there will be no new crop burning that's going to take place.
There should not be any new crop burning, irrespective of who the ruling party is, in which state and where.
No, I'm asking you because you are part of the ruling party in Punjab, and I know it's not an easy decision to do or implement, but it's something that has to be done.
It has to be done.
It's a direct question to you.
Otherwise, there will be contempt of court. It has to be done. They have to abide by the
Why do we actually
orders.
imagine issues of basic governance and public health? Why is it actually left on the judiciary? Why do we need Supreme Court to tell these leaders and these political parties and these people in power what to do? Did you not know all these years that stubble burning was actually killing? Does not, Aam Aadmi Party, does it not know that construction, demolition, dust and vehicles pollute? Narendra Modi, does he not know that 1 crore chopping of trees in India will cause pollution? Why do we need Supreme Court of India to tell you what to do? If you can't do your work, then you should resign. This is basic issue of governance.
You wanted to answer that?
Yeah, I just wanted to answer that. I can't speak for stubble burning because that pertains to states.
Speak about the Delhi government.
But the fact is that it's an external source of air pollution, and Delhi does, as a result of stubble burning in neighbouring states, becomes a victim. And we are perhaps the biggest sufferers of air pollution, number one. Number two, as far as construction demolition waste is concerned, burning of garbage within the city is concerned, a lot of measures have been taken, embargoes have been put, fines have been done. I'm not saying that things cannot, the implementation or the enforcement of the embargoes can't be improved. It certainly can be improved, and we are committed to do that. We have offered that.
Why is it that you've done nothing about the 13 hotspots? This is what the Supreme Court is saying.
There are more than...
You haven't taken action I'm quoting them.
Yeah.
In the last 7 days, you are playing with the lives of people. There's corruption in the corporations. This is the capital city. What is happening?
Right. So first of all, the only person representing the administration of Delhi was the Chief Secretary.
Yes.
The Chief Secretary was representing the administration of Delhi. MCDs are also part of the administration. MCDs are run by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and MCDs, fortunately or unfortunately, under the current constitutional scheme of things, are responsible for enforcing a lot of these measures that we have implemented, number one. Number two, the CS on behalf of the entire administration, whether it's the elected government of the state or whether it's the MCD, accepted all responsibility and said, I'm going to implement all this.
So
as far as hotspots are concerned, I will respond to hotspots. Now you need to understand what hotspots are. What we did, that we identified certain... May I
One
respond
second,
now?
I'll come to you next.
We identified, you have a lot to answer, I'll come to you.
I'll come to you next.
There are various places in Delhi where the levels of AQI are in severe or very severe category. Those are called as hotspots. There was absolutely no monitoring on those areas. We installed the real-time monitors in order to monitor and take certain,
tell you to do more?
And take certain,
and now in 7 days you're going to do it.
And take a lot of measures. They have asked us to take more measures. We will do it. A lot of measures on those hotspots have already been undertaken. In fact, I remember
the measures have not worked.
I did a show off NDTV at ITO, which is one of the hotspots. I am saying the measures may not have been adequate on those hotspots.
They're not adequate even now.
We will undertake more measures. But the fact is that we are talking about about only 20 or 24 spots in the entire city of Delhi. Please understand, if there is one government, Vishnu, if there is one government, may I just finish? If there is one government which has actually shown some spine or has shown that we are alive to the issue of air pollution, that happens to be the government of Delhi.
All right,
it's the only government that has taken at least 3 dozen measures.
They have tried.
Point out one measure
and in
that
7
the
days in the
MCDs or
court
the
they've
union
said
government have undertaken.
1 second, Raghav. Is what he's saying correct?
No, so I'll tell you one thing. That's the main problem that we have. Like, Delhi government, and right now he sometimes feels that, I'm an unofficial spokesperson of BJP in that sense. That's what he keeps telling me on your program last time. Anyway, right? No, that's what I'll tell you. This is the problem, that every time you ask them about what have you done, imagine, can odd even ever qualify as policy? What have you actually seen? The narrative that
one second. Let's not talk about odd even. I'm asking you
a
question on what he has said. Do you have a point? He says they've done a lot of things in these hotspots. Have they done enough?
No, they have
not. So give me some detail
on
why you
believe so. And I'll tell you that if they would have done anything, then the Supreme Court today would not have scolded the Chief Secretary.
So in these areas, have they not controlled dust?
Not at all.
Have they not controlled traffic in these areas?
No, not at all. In fact, if you look at
potholes in these areas,
not at all. So right now, that's what I'm saying. That the focus of pollution mitigation, cannot be audited. I'll tell you.
Which area?
I'll tell you. The focus of pollution mitigation cannot be squarely on odd even or on looking at 15 lakh
I accept
vehicles,
that argument
right?
entirely.
No.
But which areas?
So for example, Jahangirpuri right now that we're talking about, Anand Vihar that we're talking about, Dwarka that we're talking about, or Mundka that we... No, so that's exactly...
Vishnu, now may I respond?
So of course, let me finish, right? So all these areas, Mundka, all these areas that we're talking about, and by the way, hotspot doesn't mean a house. We're actually talking about
these areas you're saying not enough work and they remain polluters.
Together.
Reply to that. Reply to that. 3 areas. Let's get specific. Anand Vihar, Mundka and Jahangirpuri.
Let's talk about these 3.
These are hotspots. These are identified hotspots identified by our government.
No, but he's saying not enough has been done and the Supreme Court says that.
You are the government. You have to identify it.
Reply to that. Reply to that.
Look, I understand that simply because you have been invited on a panel to talk about environment, you go on bashing politicians, and the only party that has shown some courage to deal with air pollution.
3 areas, answer the question.
Number two, I'm responding. Now, he claims to be an environmentalist and he says that odd even is not a measure. The EPCA, the EPCA, a body constituted by no less than the Honorable Supreme Court, said in its GRAP, that is the Graded Response Action Plan, that odd even is a measure to be undertaken when there are desperate times.
Answer about 3 hotspots, and I'll tell you what EPCA or
Anand Vihar, clearly Jahangirpuri and Mundka.
These are hotspots. I am saying in these hotspots, some extra care is taken in order to ensure that there is no congestion in traffic. Water sprinkling is done, the cleansing of dust is done, no construction or demolition can take place in the neighboring areas. A plethora of measures, including planting of trees in that area, has been done, has been undertaken. But Vishnu, please understand, if there are more measures to be taken, we are willing to take it. We are the only government that is cognizant of air pollution as
one second,
let me just of the situation. But just because you have certain environmentalists who think bashing up has become the flavor of the month, they show up on the shows and behave as pseudo-spokesperson of the BJP. He himself thinks of himself as the BJP.
Gentlemen, one second.
Tell me one thing. Have you seen a single ad about any
I've
other
got
measure?
the Advocate General of the Punjab government on the phone line, Mr. Atul Nanda. Mr. Nanda, in 7 days from now, an order has been given to prevent the further burning of agricultural residue in Punjab. Will this be in short?
Sir, first let me tell you one thing. Our government is 100% committed to stop this burning. But the nation must understand it is not a problem it is a socio-economic problem. Our Chief Minister has written to the centre time and again. We are very happy. We welcome the order of the Supreme Court. We were saying ever 5 letters about 5 months back.
But you're not answering my question, sir.
Yes, it will be
most respectfully, sir. My question is simple. I know what you're saying when we discuss this every day almost. That there are socio-economic issues, there are the challenges of farmers, the challenges of infrastructure, the challenges of implementation and various options. I'm asking you, in light of what the Supreme Court has said, neither you or I can question, we can raise issues, but we can't question what they've said. Beyond a point. They have said in 7 days you need to put this off, put it out, prevent new fires.
Yes, sir.
Can you do that?
It will be implemented to the T.
And sir, therefore, if it is going to be implemented to the T now, what stopped you from implementing it to the T earlier?
Sir, it was being implemented. If you see today's affidavit, how many arrests we have made, how many people we have challaned, how many fines we have imposed. But please appreciate it's a very large area. And I cannot put the entire farming community inside jail. So there are constraints of implementation. But at the same time, now the machines are in place. Now the Supreme Court is also cognizant of the fact that apart from infrastructure, there needs to be support in running that infrastructure. Once that is in place, there would be no need for burning. And let me tell you, it was Punjab where this was coined, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. So it is nationalism as well as the farmer community which has led this nation, and we will show it by example this time.
So one of the points which was mentioned, Mr. Nanda, by the Supreme Court today is a question was asked to the Chief Secretary, where is your plan? What have you done? You are sitting in an ivory tower and ruling the state. Is burning the only solution? Have you made any plan? This way we will suspend officials from here. If you can't do it, we will. Then there will be no government, not the court, to run the government. Why are you Chief Secretary of Punjab? It is your failure. You give us a lot of examples now on what you have done, on how the challenges of putting in FIRs, all of that. But the Supreme Court essentially says that everything you have done is a flop. They have said that everything you have done is a failure.
Let me tell you, sir, it's all very well for you to pick out one comment that the Supreme Court made.
So these are 10 comments. These are literally 10 comments in 10 points.
I know,
10
sir,
comments in 10 points on a piece of paper, sir. All of which have been mentioned.
Mr. Shom, you are the anchor. What I am saying is, Chief Secretary did explain. He explained things on the ground. Today, the problem, what has the Supreme Court come to a solution about? That yes, there is a necessity to run these machines. It's not enough to give the infrastructure. If you give me a minute, there are machines by which this stubble can be tackled. Now that machine is run by a tractor which is horsepower. Farmer uses 35 horsepower tractor, which he has to employ and get the tractor from out, which costs money. And you know that farming is a losing proposition. And therefore, easier version, they were burning. Today we have, for Punjab, we need 60,000 of these type of happy seeder machines. We already have 45,000 machines. 5,000 are in the pipeline. So 50,000 machines. But at the same time, I need 100 rupees per quintal to give it to a farmer.
You have to generate the funds yourself. The court has said that.
How can I generate the funds myself?
The matter will be resolved later in terms of whether you are paid back.
I am sorry, sir. I have, tell me one thing. The GST is with the central government. Today I am delayed by 2 months for the central government funds. Where do I get the funds? What funds do the states have now? And let me tell you, we procure for the state. And give you an example. A sack is prescribed by FCI to us, and they say pick it up from a particular agency at 21 rupees, and I am reimbursed 19 rupees. 31,000
So bottom line, sir, Mr. Nanda, you are financially not in a position to carry out the commitments which you are obliged to on the basis of orders of the Supreme Court.
We will carry out this.
But then how will you, I understand the point you are mentioning. Right? There is a rupee value associated with every acre of land which you need to cover to benefit farmers. You say that you do not have that cash available, that money available in whichever form, and that you need help for this. The Supreme Court, and correct me if I am wrong, has said you generate the funds now, we will adjust it and we will figure it out later. But what you are telling me, sir, on this program is you are not even able to do that. So therefore, if you are not able to do that, how will you stop these fires?
I'm not saying that, so don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
I have said with my opening sentence that we will implement it to the T. Now, how I generate funds, where I will do, I am sure when the Chief Secretary comes and the order comes, we will figure it out.
Okay,
but
that's an important clarification.
We welcome this order, and we've been maintaining this and nobody has been agreeing with us. This 100 rupees was very necessary.
Okay, that's an important clarification, sir, and I appreciate that one way or the other you're going to generate these funds to try and carry out this order to a T. I'm also joined at this stage by Mr. Raj Nirbhik, the BJP leader from Haryana. Nirbhik ji, Supreme Court को पूछना था कि 4 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अभी भी ये स्टबल बर्निंग क्यों हो रहा है. हरियाणा चीफ सेक्रेटरी ने कहा कि ये 4 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में मीटिंग्स हो रहे किसानों के साथ, पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उस पे कहा कि जो भी करना है 7 दिन के अंदर खत्म कीजिए. आप ये 7 दिन के अंदर इस मामला को सॉर्ट आउट कर सकते या नहीं?
सॉर्ट आउट तो हो सकता है, क्योंकि सरकार और संगठन इस दोनों पर इस जो है काफ़ी गंभीर है. लेकिन मेरे को एक बात समझ में नहीं आ रही कि एक एयर पोल्यूशन पे क्यों इतना जोर दे रखा है. वाटर पोल्यूशन भी है, एयर पोल्यूशन के साथ साथ हमारे वाटर पोल्यूशन पे क्यों नहीं है, साउंड पोल्यूशन पे क्यों नहीं है.
एयर पोल्यूशन के कारण इस वक्त जो है आप भी मैं भी हम सब मर रहे हैं. शायद वाटर पोल्यूशन का मामला भी बहुत सीरियस है,
नहीं सीरियस में
कोई डाउट नहीं है.
लेकिन
पर अगर आप आज जहां सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ये केस का हियरिंग हुआ है, अगर आप आज कह रहे हैं कि ये एयर पोल्यूशन का मामला के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहे हैं, तो शायद आपको दोबारा सोचना चाहिए. आप भी मर रहे हैं इसके कारण, हम भी मर रहे हैं. 10 साल बाद कितने कैंसर के केस होंगे आपको भी पता नहीं, हमें भी पता नहीं.
हम तो आदि मान रहे हैं एयर पोल्यूशन के लिए. गांव में मुनादी चल रही है, सरपंच मुनादी कर रहे हैं, नंबरदार मुनादी कर रहे हैं, और संगठन के हमारे सबसे छोटी इकाई है हमारी जो है क्या नाम तुम्हारा पन्ना प्रमुख है, जिला अध्यक्ष हैं, वो सारे गंभीर हैं. और मेरा आपसे एक वायदा है, 1 हफ्ते के अंदर अंदर हरियाणा के अंदर कहीं पराली जलती नहीं मिलेगी आपको. सरकार और संगठन दोनों इस बारे में काफी गंभीर हैं, क्योंकि बीमारी आएगी, पॉल्यूशन से बीमारी आएगी. तो ये किसी भी पार्टी के आदमी को
अब आप कह रहे हैं ये 1 हफ्ते पहले या 2 हफ्ते पहले आपने क्यों नहीं किया?
किसका?
ये एयर पोल्यूशन कोई नई बात नहीं है ना.
नहीं कर रहे हैं उसमें
तो पहले, मतलब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद आप ये सब
नहीं, उससे पहले भी कर
2 हफ्ते पहले भी तो कर सकते थे.
ये नहीं पहले कर रखे हैं, इससे पहले भी क्या आप ये बताओ ना.
तो अगर आप कर चुके हैं, फिर सुप्रीम कोर्ट को ये क्यों पूछना था, व्हाई इज बर्निंग टेकिंग प्लेस इन 4 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
नहीं है
ना ऐसा नहीं है.
राघव,
just wanted to comment on the fact that before
I have not forgotten about you.
I think as it is said that the way to solve a problem is to first identify the problem and understand the gravity of the problem. We live in a country where the health minister of India said that since there is a lot of air pollution, have carrots. Gajar khao, air pollution bhag jayegi. You have a sitting minister in the Uttar Pradesh government who said do yagya and please the god of rain Indra Dev so that he showers rain in Delhi and in northern parts of the country. You have the environment minister of India whose principal responsibility to check whether the air pollution is in order or not. So you'll get all the time. The environment minister.
I promise you. No. You will get your time, sir.
The environment minister of India 3 days ago, on the day where Delhi saw the worst levels of AQI, put out a tweet, a song recommendation to the people of India saying listen to the song. And as of this very day, Vishnu, and I've been seeing this on your channel, another stalwart of the BJP said that the air pollution in Delhi and the entire belt of North India is not because of Indians. It is because of the Chinese and the Pakistanis.
Would you like to take that last
This is the level of understanding.
See,
why don't you answer that?
See, I was very patiently bearing all the rats and all kind of misinformation from this platform.
No, but answer that question, sir.
I will answer.
Is it coming from China,
if I make
Pakistan?
my statements, China, Pakistan, let me make for Indian statements what in India we have got. If you see, I will take the last few points.
Indian leaders, sir.
I'm telling you, last few points. We have repeatedly, I think my fellow panelists are giving a wrong information.
Okay.
Recently, there was SAFAR, SAFAR is a body under Ministry of Environment and Science.
Yes, we know them before.
They have made a very clear statement and they made record that the share of biomass burning in PM 2.5 concentration, because of the concentrations remain less than 10%. Less than 10%. So balance 90% is not because of stubble burning but something else. which is the vehicular pollution, which is the building or construction pollution.
When was this?
And
When was this, sir?
I think this is very recent, very recent.
So, sir, there are other studies which show that 44
October
to
15.
45%
This is updated October 15, 2019.
Suffered 4 days ago put out a figure
Alright.
saying 46%
Yeah, exactly.
of Delhi's air pollution
Now this is again
stubble burning.
this is again a
IIPM
very reliable
says it's
source.
70%.
Very reliable
So it
source.
ranges
October
between
15. I'm
46%.
showing it. I'm showing it to everyone. This is a reliable source. And
Is that
if I-
correct, Bimlendu?
So the thing is that
No, let
he's
me
al- I'll
finish.
tell you
Let
one
me
thing.
finish.
He's
Let
also
me
right
let
and
me
Raghav
yeah.
is also right.
Right.
Stubble burning, overall the contribution of stubble burning, and in fact EPCA and
Less
Sri
than-
Narayan also
less
say
than
the same
10%.
thing,
Yeah, I was
that
coming
it's
to that
actually
point.
5 to 10%.
0 to 9%.
Oh, in that one fortnight or two fortnight that we're talking about is when pollution levels.
Because of the wind speed
peaking
and
of
wind
it
directions.
Right now, of
No,
course,
so
because
that's
of
what we're
stubble
talking
burning.
about.
Right now,
Because
pollution
there's-
is because of
We
stubble
don't,
burning.
sir,
Still burning.
talk about
Spike is
stubble
because of
burning when
stubble
stubble
Yeah,
burning
and,
is not
and
a
there is
concern,
not
no?
enough winds are there in the right directions. Now the when the northwest winds coming, naturally you see from 1,000 we are coming back to 4. But I'm not coming
But
to
the
that
other
point.
parts
Okay,
of the country are
what has
suffering.
happened has happened. What
Today
I'm talking
Chennai
about
has
today,
more air pollution
your
because of-
subject is
because
Supreme
of
Court
winds.
is Supreme Court
So
is
your point,
basically
sir. Yes.
Point is that as far as central government, I am on behalf of central government. Let me say what we have done till now. We have allocated for 2019-20. It is as per the budget 3,186 crores for the pollutions. Total pollutions budget is about 300, which is 20.27%
What
higher
is the
than
line
the last
item in the budget?
budgets.
What is the line item
This
in the
is air pollution, water pollution, all kind of.
How
tiger
much of that has
everything.
gone to actually helping the Punjab government?
Now I'm telling. Out of this,
1,100 crores.
Out of the
1100.
Only 1,100 crores is what you've actually put for stubble burning.
Yeah,
That's
for
the
stubble
only.
burning.
And imagine 1,100 crores for stubble burning and 3,000 crores for Patel statue. Is that your priority right now?
No. We are digressing.
No,
from
you're not
this.
digressing.
Now,
India
no,
needs
let me-
clean
let me-
air.
Absolutely.
India needs clean air.
Now,
One
Mr.
second,
Chadda was talking about the green cess, right? He's telling we have started the green cess now. 2015 they're taking the green cess as per the Supreme Court order, and out of my figure was 1175, his figure 1,300 crores. Now, electric buses is told he has spent 900 crore, whatever it is. Where is the
Arey,
electric
forget
buses?
about
over
our
there,
1100
right?
crores. What have you done
The
about
question is
3,100 crores?
today-
He's asking about what you
It
have
has
done,
been
not the government of
allocated.
Delhi have done.
It has been.
I am here to answer
question,
about
we
the
are
Delhi
in
government.
Delhi. We are
You
suffering.
here about
and
the
you are
actions.
putting your.
You must tell the viewers of NDTV as to what has the union government done.
Union
Apart
government
from
has
putting out strong
allocated. I'm
recommendations
telling you, I'm coming to
and
the
asking
point.
We had a
people to
protest
carry
I'm
it
coming.
forward.
I'm
What has
coming.
the government
Raghav,
done?
let me make his
460
point.
crore have been
Let's not
allocated
interrupt,
for
yes.
NCAP programs. 10,000 crores is been extra allocated for the electric vehicles and it's all subsidy and all. National Mission for Green India has been raised for 210 crores to 240
I
crores.
could have also read the budgetary
National
allocation of government of Delhi.
Afforestation program is raised from 179 crores. It was previously 159 crores. So overall, there was enough increase in the budget allocations,
sir, you know,
and
the
we are
problem
not
is,
keeping
I'll
the
tell you
budget
what,
with us.
sir, if you-
we are
if I'll-
distributing
you know-
the budget among the states.
Sir, but
Now
I'll tell
it
you,
is-
the
it is
reason
under-
why we have an air pollution crisis in India is because of the kind of politics that you all do.
No.
You
See,
say you have done enough.
the politics
He says
apart,
he's done
in
enough.
a federal
Punjab
structure,
says
in
they've
a
done
federal
enough.
structure,
Why
in
is
a
the-
federal structure,
Sir,
what
why is
central
the air
government
quality
can do?
index of
We have
India
set
or
up the
New Delhi or
monitoring-
not?
We have set up the monitoring units. We have also set up the
Sir,
guidelines
what-
of CPCB.
Which?
क्या बात
Till
कर रहे हैं
now,
आप?
what
Where
a
are the
single
monitoring
आज
units
CPCB
सुप्रीम
set up
कोर्ट
by
को आज आपने कहा कि आपके पास
CPCB
1 लाख करोड़
guidelines.
है, वो
You
आपने
tell me
क्यों
which
नहीं लगाया अभी
CPCB
तक?
guidelines have been followed by Delhi.
Supreme Court asked you a simple question today that 1 लाख करोड़ आपने आज दिखाया ना हमें, वो अभी तक क्यों नहीं लगाया आपने? अगर आप लोगों की लड़ाई में लोगों की जान जा रही है, आपको समझ में आ रही है बात? That आप जो हर रीज चिट्ठा लेके आते हैं, you throw statistics at us and you know they say 25% कम हो गया, odd even कर लेंगे, ठीक हो जाएगा. आप कहते हैं कि आपने ये सब किया, पंजाब सरकार कहती है कि
नहीं, ये 1 लाख करोड़ कहां से आया?
No, the problem is
1 लाख करोड़ कहां से आया?
I'll tell you what. If
1
you
lakh
all
crores,
have
that number
done what
came
you
up
are
in the
supposed to
Supreme
be
Court
doing,
today.
if
That
you
is
have
the
done,
Green Fund,
Who
which
has
was
stated,
exactly
not
existed
our
by the
representative,
centre.
not Venugopal has stated. Who has
No,
stated 1
sir,
lakh
I'm
crores?
telling you, if
That
you
is why I'm
go-
telling everyone is giving different figures. Now,
Does
in the
not.
budget, if you go union budget 2019-20, is there a provision of
Are
1
you
lakh
happy
crores?
with
Make
the
a positive
situation?
point, Vishnu.
Are you happy with the situation?
No,
If
above
you
No,
Look
I am
look at-
make
not.
a-
That doesn't
then what
justify
have-
that fine. You
why
have
do
to
you
be
need
at the
Supreme
I have
Court
to
to
be at
tell
the
you
cross.
what to do?
May I give you
Even
Okay, one
today,
sec.
Delhi government is telling that it is
No,
all
it is
central
not just
government's
Delhi government.
right.
It's you are equally responsible, and Punjab is equally responsible,
Vishnu,
and
may I-
Yogi
Yes,
is equally
Raghav, go ahead.
responsible.
All I wanted to say is that stubble burning is a pertinent issue and we need to deal with it. Now today, the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi invited some experts who know how to tackle stubble burning meeting at his office. He had a very productive meeting, and they have demonstrated how
You're going to
stubble
convert it
can
into
be
CNG.
CNG, and how stubble can be converted
And
into
who's
CNG,
going to pay for that?
it can generate jobs.
Who's going to pay for
it
the
is a
plants?
remunerative act in its own
Who's going to
self.
pay for the plants?
Please
Will the
understand.
Delhi government
Well,
commit to setting
I
up
am,
plants?
Huge investment.
Vishnu, I am only saying,
2019,
I am
we are
only
having
saying,
this conversation.
I am
6th
only
November.
saying that the government of Delhi is looking for solutions even of the problems which are external to Delhi, which are in Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. And I am saying this on your channel on record that the government of Delhi, the Environment Minister of Delhi is willing to travel to Chandigarh to meet the Haryana's Environment Minister and Punjab's Environment Minister and explain to him how stubble can actually be converted into CNG, and thereby income and jobs can also be generated, and stubble will forever.
See, I tell you,
we can
Vishnu,
consign
being a
stubble
technologist, I
burning to
have
history.
already tested this particular, technology to convert from the
BJP already
agricultural
knows about
waste,
the technology.
To activated charcoals or the ethanols or these
क्यों नहीं किया अभी
CNG.
तक? Why
But
have you
question,
not
that is
done
your
it?
question. Who will invest?
But you have money.
No, no,
you
no,
are the
no, we-
custodian of India's air.
Central government,
What
it
are
is not
you-
the responsibility
Then
of central
dismantle the
government to
environment
invest. This is
ministry,
state
sir.
government has to look after it.
आप कह रहे थे सारा ब्लैक मनी तो आ गया ना वापस
कहाँ ब्लैक मनी कहाँ से आ रहा है
नोटबंदी
यहाँ
हुआ
पे?
तो सारा black
कौन
money
सा
आ गया
black
वापस?
money
All right,
हमने
look,
eradicate
look,
किया?
I need
वापस
to
तो
wrap
आपने
this
लाया,
up.
वापस तो आपने लाया.
Okay, all right, everybody,
हमने eradicate
everybody,
किया.
one moment.
आप गाजर
Everybody,
की
one
खेती
moment.
कीजिए. उससे
Everybody,
ठीक हो
one
जाएगा सब
moment.
कुछ.
There is two ways, either to prevent or to.
There is one
Own up.
point which you have raised, which we need to look at much more closely. On that 1 lakh crore rupee amount, it did come up in court today. It is a green fund which exists. There were apparently that fund was utilized by various state governments. Yes. The question which arises is how much is left and why was that not utilized earlier to ensure that the situation in Haryana, Punjab couldn't be dealt with. I think we need to investigate that, and I think that's a valid point. I'd like to thank all of you very much for joining us. We can fight and argue over here, but the Supreme Court has actually spelled it out. And the bottom line is this: within the next 1 week, no more forest fires in Punjab, no new ones. I don't know if you can put out the existing ones or not. Let us hope that that new episode of air pollution, which is supposed to hit us within days, doesn't take place. That's all that we can hope for in the national capital. There's also the fear that large parts of the country, which typically don't get an impact of this, are also suffering as a result of winds. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining us.